Hi, Rob from Weald Property Works here. Today's activity is sorting out the guttering on this old property, which was leaking above the window there. As you can see, there's quite a bit of leaf detritus in the gutter. I checked this out a week or so ago and there was literally nothing in there. So the bad weather over the last couple of weeks has put lots of leaf and sticks into there. So the first job is to get that gutter nice and cleaned. So here we are working along one side of the house. This section here is on a public footpath, so I have to be mindful of that, keeping the work area clean and making sure that there's nobody, no passing pedestrians that I'm obstructing. Next we're going to move on to the downpipe. Now this was only held in place with one bracket, so here I am removing that bracket and getting this downpipe out of the way, and then we'll move on to the feed that comes from the gutter. Just shoving that bucket out of the way there, and here we are removing that little junction from the gutter down to the downpipe. You'll see in a second that it's quite full and this was stopping any water flowing out. There you go. We'll empty that out. Next we're going to just replace the first section of gutter. Now this section, the join between the long section of gutter that ran above the door and the window was really badly damaged, so we replaced that with an entirely new section. It's always good to run a full section above anything like a door or a window, just to reduce the chance of any leaks. And here we are with the bracket going on. This bracket had been missing for a number of years, so there was a little bit of water damage inside this room, so hopefully this will stop any further ingress. Moving on to securing that downpipe, I've got another bracket to go on there, so I'm just going to drill and plug the holes before we realign and reattach that downpipe. Not sure why, but midway through reattaching this I decided it'd be a good idea to give that drain a little bit of a clear out. Saves us doing it later, but probably not the most easy way of doing that. Here we go with the first fix of that junction between the gutter and the downpipe. And then moving on to the main long piece of guttering. There's quite a lot of adjustment here. Just to make sure that all the seals where the corner joins onto the main piece, they're all in place, and just getting it all nice and neat lined up before we move on to clipping it all in place. Then before we move on to the final clean-up, we'll just run a little bit of water through, make sure it's all flowing properly, flush out any more of that detritus that we had in there earlier. And in a second we'll move on to showing you what the finished product looks like. It's nice and clean. There is a broken tile there which we'll come back to in a couple of weeks time. There's the junction down to that catch-all, and here's the downpipe all nicely secured. There's the new bracket in place, and as you can see, the drain's all been cleared out and running nicely.